been a while since we've done a sculpture. So I decided, well, it's about time I did. So, let me give you a couple of hints at what we're going to make. It will be on a horse, but it can also be off. Of course, it's somebody to ride the horse. It is either a cowboy or cowgirl. I haven't decided which yet. So, we got our horse all done, so I figure, well, it's time to make this doohickey. It's time to make a rider. And Joe was good enough to already get this all fixed together for me. And now I'm building this armature. Which I am then going, this stuff, it seems really soft for aluminum wire, but yet it can be a pain in the tush to straighten out. Okay, that's about midpoint. Alrighty. That's right, sitting there about halfway. It's a good thing I'm going to be covering this with the white clay, the ultralight first, so I can cover all of this up. And I won't have to worry about it poking through the final layer of clay. Yeah. Sometimes I just have to double check to make sure it's recording. For some reason, I thought when I don't know what happened, but when I painted the owl last time, I was just so sure I must have missed a part, because I thought I had, oh, come on. Okay, I thought I had completely missed this middle part of, getting this middle part filled in. And on the video, that's how that's how it's like, oops. And I just showed the, the end result. I go back and look at it a couple days ago, and the crazy thing, I must have left a video file that I didn't open, because I had the whole thing there. So I don't know. Sometimes I think I just freak myself out over nothing. Okay, I'm just building him up a body, or her. Let's make it a her. I used to ride horses a lot as a kid. Well, not just as a kid, but oh, I got a story to tell you about that. And it's so funny. My sister and her husband they managed a camp. They had church camps there every summer. And on the weekends and stuff, it was open to, you know, this regular campers, I think. I don't know. That's the way I understood it. But that isn't the thing. We had a family reunion there. The whole, well, it's the wheat reunion because it's my grandmother's side used to meet all. There's a Miller reunion too, but I've never been to one. They're usually down south somewhere. Anyway, I just want to get this kind of bulked, or not bulked, just kind of started so that, because this is just to kind of, yeah, bulk him out, give him the beginnings, or her. Anyway, we had a family reunion there, and this camp was pretty, I mean, it was a pretty cool camp. They had, it was on a lake, and so they had these things you could bounce off of. I don't think they were able to keep it though, because some recall came out and they couldn't use them anymore. But when we were there, they were. And so it was like this big bladder in the water, and they could bounce off of it and bounce each other into the water and stuff. Anyway, they also had horses. And I mean, our adult children were there, so you can imagine I wasn't little, but I must have, I think I was standing in a hole. Because the guide, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making a mess. Can't talk and work at the same time, I guess. But the guide, he got this pony out. And it had this really short stirrups on this little saddle. And he motions for me to come and get on that horse. And I was watching the whole time. I wondered what he was going to do when he got to me. I didn't know, you know, if he was going to get a different saddle or if he was, I didn't know when he was going to pick me out of the road. Anyway, I got up there. I mean, it wasn't such a short pony that you know, it wasn't like a Shetland or nothing, but I got up there close next to it and I said, I'm a little longer than you. And it was like, oh my. So, but he was able to let the stirrups down. I'm trying to make the story a little bigger, but he was able to let the stirrups down, and I had a nice little ride. I enjoyed it. I'm not a big one for, you know, those little rides where where one horse just follows in the footprints of the one in front, but, you know, it's a kid's camp. So it was a chance to be on a horse, which I hadn't had in a long time. But it was just so funny, that whole incident with with me being longer than anticipated. I really think, I know I was standing down from where the others were, but wow. Now if we can get some legs on him, on it. Right now we don't know what it is, so we'll just call it an it. I should have put some glue on those wires. I forgot about the possibility of doing that, because it's really not sticking to the wire at all. Excuse me. I just hope this will stick. See what I'm doing? We've got these legs fastened really well down in here. So the clay bakes at a very low temperature, so it doesn't burn the clay, not unless you put it at a high temperature. I really don't think it's going to scorch or burn this wood at all. I know it won't. There. Chaps. Chaps. Well, we gotta pull your pants up now. Now, we've established over the years and the time that I don't do anything perfectly. I do try to do a good job, but I don't ever call it perfect. I don't even try to call it perfect. I just call it what I do and the best I can do. Gotta take into account we've got other layers to go on here, or at least one more layer. So okay. Okay, I'm going to bake this. I'm not sure how far I'll get tonight, but I want to get at least this part done. So I'm going to bake this, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, here we go. I've got... I may have to sand some of this off. I went ahead and made the head. Okay. I will probably have to... Good. I made a neck ahead of time, so I don't have to try and figure it out later. Anyway, so... this is how far we are. We have got a, well, it's not skeletal, but a very thin and tall cowgirl, but she's not a cowgirl yet. But I'm going to quit here tonight. I expected this to take most of the week to do because it's a big project. It's a big project. So by the time, hopefully tomorrow, we'll get all of the other stuff done on it that it needs to have done as far as making it. And then we'll paint it after. We'll get all the skin and everything on tomorrow, and then we'll paint it the next day. I love all of you. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Oh.